Hello and welcome to Are You Game Studios. Now we are kicking off another week of one of our favorite publishers, one that's very near and dear to my heart. We're talking to Are You Game? All right, how's it going?
It's good, Joe. Your energy's amazing.
Well, thank you very much. With me today is Amber Burke, who is the product manager at Are You Game. So, Amber, thank you for traveling all this long way. Her office is right next to mine. Okay, I'm just gonna kick this off a bit. So tell our viewers a little bit about Are You Game? What kind of games do we make? What's our whole deal?
Okay, so we've been around since 1998, and we're an online website. So everything is direct to consumer. So it's very exciting because we get to do what we want. It's our decisions and how we want to drive to our consumers. So that's really fun that we're the decision maker. I really enjoy working on a direct-to-consumer business. Our biggest categories are family games, kids games, puzzles, more puzzles, and then you know this, and also a lot of brain teasers. So definitely big into like education, lots of fun, laughter. Those are kind of our big driving forces.
Awesome, fantastic. And of course I knew all that. So how did you get wrapped up in this whole Are You Game business?
It was a very interesting path. My background is actually in apparel and product development, and I was ready to do something new, and I was a mother of younger kids, and so that is honestly what sparked my interest. I've always been very creative, but I also like the analytical business side, and so I think the joy of watching my kids play games, that's something we've always done as a family. So mine was more driven around the environment that it creates when you play games and wanting to create that for other children.
So what is your favorite game to play with your kids?
One of the new AYG ones that I was introduced to when I started is one of my new favorites, and that is called Santa's Helper.
Oh, Santa's Helper,
it's
okay.
It's really fun, especially the time of year for the kids, but you're going through three tiers of the board, and so you're kind of moving through a journey of delivering presents for Santa, so you're creating them, doing quality control, and then also delivering them. So there's a little bit of like spinning and moving. You ride in a little sleigh and your little elf, which is really cute.
That's fun. I really like for kids games when there's a tactile element to it, because I feel like that's huge for them.
And there's a little bit of dexterity where they get to get up and move around and stuff like that too. So a combination of luck and fun and dexterity and us helping Santa, which is like a lot of fun.
Absolutely every kid's dream, frankly, and adults. I still believe.
I do too.
So in your time working here, what have been some of your favorite games to work on?
So I'm wrapping up one finally that has been a long time coming, but it's a really fun kids game where you might get to dress up a little bit.
Ooh.
Yeah. And it's you use your imagination, so your creativity really shines through, which is fun.
Fantastic.
Yes, so that's one I'm excited about.
Are we not talking about it too much because we're not officially rolled out? Okay, well be on the lookout in the near future for this game, which we can't say the name of yet. No. Ooh, mystery. I like it. Speaking of mysteries, I know that we do a lot of murder mystery parties. So can you speak on those at all? And what are your thoughts on those?
Those, we were just at Gen Con, Joe and I.
That's right.
And people love those. I thought it was fascinating to hear everyone talking about how they get together and they do the case files, or they get together and dress up as the characters. So it's really fun. It's like a role playing. We do the big business in those in the murder mystery parties where it's giving you a menu idea. It's giving the whole context of what happened, and you have to, in the end, identify who you think the murderer was. Yeah. All while at a dinner party with some, beverages and some food. So.
Absolutely, and wonderful company.
Yeah.
Except for one person who is a murderer. Hey, no! Cut the camera. So how was your experience at Gen Con then?
It was overwhelming. It was so many people this year, but my most favorite, which I told you, is I adore the people. Like the people are just such genuine people that have such incredible feedback. They're so lovely and warm and kind.
You gotta love a good board game, right?
I mean they're lovely. The community is incredible and lots of great feedback, and I enjoyed looking at what the interests were of everyone, of course, what the top sellers were and things like that, or recommendations from the members.
So how does your game design process go?
So it's somewhat different in each experience, but ideally from start to finish, if we had the ideal process, we would come up with a concept based on like market trends or environmental trends, what's going on, could be the pandemic, sadly, or something going on, or mental health right now around children. And we come up with the product manager, myself, would come up with an idea, and then we collectively meet with other product members and kind of do an ideation session. So we each come up with a really quick concept idea of how you play, how you win. And then we kind of present it to each other and then keep building on the idea. So it kind of it's like a snowball, just keeps getting bigger and bigger and better. Then we eventually vote. And some people vote for themselves all the time. Of course, I'm not one of them, but some people do. And then we eventually then take it after that and then build it out. And then we meet with, as a group, and then we do a gameplay. We might bring in consumers or even have our kids participate and work through the process. But it's kind of fun because we don't do it by ourselves. We bring in input from everybody that's had experience.
Absolutely.
And lessons over the years.
So tell me a bit about the play testing experience.
Okay, so that is interesting. I've learned so much here based on the team that I've worked with, in that obviously you want people to have fun, you want to be at a little bit of skill and luck, you want everyone to be able to have a turn. You want everybody to be engaged. The skill and luck is important for me because, like in a math game, my kids are gonna beat me. Or Joe, you do always beat me in math games.
What? No.
Yeah. So you need a little bit of both, so everybody can have an opportunity to win.
Absolutely.
So, yes. Right. So we go through that. So that's one of the big things, the metrics that we have to follow. But then you have to see like how long each turn takes. There's all these metrics of building a good game. How long the gameplay is, how much interaction is between players. So we do all of these kind of metrics as we're game testing, and then we'll make modifications and then keep game testing. So we do a ton in-house with internal team before we would take it outside to a consumer or family or friends to trial it.
Okay. And who usually wins those games when you play it in-house? Just out of curiosity, I'm just wondering who normally wins games.
I would say it's a tie between Joe and Andrea.
Yes, that's true. Andrea is our buyer, and she is very competitive.
There's a lot of trash talk.
I just want to have fun.
I don't.
But, some people. So what would you say you're most proud of working with AYG?
Probably start to finish creating my own board game, since I worked on a lot of projects when I came in that had already begun or helped other people finish their projects. So really working from start to finish on my first big board game. Board games take a lot more time, and there's a lot more components that I've learned than like a card game or a puzzle. Some of those things are much quicker to develop. So going through that whole process has been really fantastic. And I would say that's been my favorite.
So what would you say the future looks like for RUGame.com?
I would say it's bright and sunny, Joe.
Fantastic.
This face.
Oh.
Listen, I'm really excited about board games. We all know during the pandemic, everybody wanted to play board games because we're inside, and I feel like there's going to be a big resurgence back into community of being face-to-face and actually being with people and not on their devices. Our kids have computers in kindergarten now, so I just really think, I really think that getting back to board games and the togetherness and the collection of the community is really, really important. So I think we're going to continue to evolve and continue to create games that create wonderful memories.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming in today, Amber, and walking the 75 feet from your office to our little studio here. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I'm excited for the rollout of your big mystery game that you can't say anything about. Do we have a established date or anything for when that might be coming out?
No.
Okay.
I don't know what to say.
That's all good. Thank you so much, Amber, for coming out today.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Joe.
Did you like that video? Why don't you give it a like? Maybe head on down to the comments and tell us what you liked about it. Ooh, better yet, you can click this button right here to subscribe. Or maybe you want to check out some more of our videos with this button. And if those buttons have been disabled in the future and I'm just kind of doing this randomly, just use your imagination. Okay, bye, love you.